Someone is going to say this to you at some point, if they haven't already. At least they're not suffering anymore. They'll say it gently. They'll say it while holding your hand or hugging you a little too long or looking at you with that particular tilted head expression people save for funerals. They'll mean it kindly every time. And it is going to land on you like a slap you weren't braced for from someone who had no idea they'd just swung. Here's why it lands that way. That sentence quietly erases you from the room. It resolves their suffering, the person who died, and says absolutely nothing at all about yours. The person still standing there, breathing, trying to hold a paper plate of food you can't imagine eating. It answers a question nobody actually asked, while the real question, how are you, the one left behind, goes completely unaddressed again for the 10th time that day. So if you've heard that line and felt a flash of anger you didn't quite know what to do with, an anger that seemed almost inappropriate given how kind the person clearly meant to be, nothing is wrong with you. That anger is just grief, looking for somewhere to go and finding a closed door instead. You're allowed to be truly glad their pain has ended, relieved even, and still feel completely unhelped by hearing it said out loud to you in that moment. Both feelings belong to you at once. Here's what's actually happening underneath the surface when someone says it. They're not really comforting you, even though that's clearly the intention. They're comforting themselves. Watching you in visible pain is unbearable for them to witness, so they reach for the fastest exit available in the moment and hand it to you like a gift, wrapped and everything, without ever checking whether you actually asked for one. Comfort for the comforter is simply not the same thing as comfort for you, and that distinction matters more than it sounds like it should. You're allowed to receive the sentiment, nod, thank the person for trying their best, and still feel completely unhelped by it underneath, in the part of you nobody else can see. Both things are true at once, and holding both is not a contradiction. It's just what this particular moment actually feels like, for almost everyone who's ever stood where you're standing. I want to tell you about a man named Marcus in Denver. His wife died after a long illness, and at the funeral, 6 different relatives, 6, he counted them later, told him some version of at least she's not suffering anymore, in the space of one single afternoon, one after another, like a receiving line built entirely out of the same well-meant sentence. By the 4th time he heard it, Marcus stopped going back inside for the reception altogether. He sat outside on the steps instead, alone, in the heat, staring at nothing in particular, telling himself something must be deeply wrong with him for not finding any comfort in something absolutely everyone kept insisting, with total sincerity, was comforting. What he eventually realized, weeks later, sitting with the memory instead of running from it, wasn't that he'd been ungrateful for her peace. It was that the anger underneath it all was just love, with no legal place to go yet. Grief, misfiled as irritation, because in an entire afternoon of condolences from people who truly loved him, not one single person had actually asked how he was doing. So if you're carrying that same flash of anger at a sentence everyone else thinks is kind, you're not broken, and you're not ungrateful, and you're certainly not alone in this. Their suffering ending doesn't retire yours. You're allowed to still be devastated, on your own terms, in your own time, completely regardless of how much peace they've found on the other side of it. That's the whole idea behind this channel. Grief is love with nowhere to go. And the goal here was never to talk you out of feeling it. It's to give that love somewhere real to land, finally. I put together a free guide called From Pain to Peace that goes deeper into exactly this. Better language for this moment, and what to say back to yourself when the well-meaning lines from people who love you don't land the way they intend. Inside, you'll find the exact language for moments like this, plus the full completion letter process, laid out step by step. It's completely free. You can grab it right now at www.griefsolution.org. The link's below too.